like anger. We know anger is stored in the liver, and the more inflamed the liver is, because the liver is all about fire. And this is why they always, liver gets enlarged, it's inflamed, it's this, it's that. Because that's when too much fire is in the body. Obviously, too much sugar. Keep it simple. And due to the fact that we were taught that sugar is a fuel for the body, and it is an energy source. We put so much of it inside the body that eventually the body just starts to break down. And if you observe nature, when man creates something and he puts it in nature, it's not in its natural state. Nature will come and put it right back in its natural state. All the vines will start climbing up, right? The lymph of the planet will start climbing up and just breaking it down back to its original state. So sugar is a man-made substance, a product designed to gain access to the physical body. And how it does that is through the teachings, because they teach you that sugar is energy, is a joule, it's this, it's that, But at the end of the day, there's nowhere in nature you find sugar. You find sweet, yes, of course. Everything that's out there that is sweet is sweet. Man makes sugar that is sweet, and that right there is what tricks the body into taking it because of the acidity, right? If its acidity is so high and the stomach has acidity in it as well, I mean, you see how it just flies through, and now the liver has to deal with it. How long could the liver deal with it before the sugar starts entering the body? Once the sugar starts entering the body, I mean, shit, that's where all the shit, everything starts. That is where everything starts, Olio. Once you see sugar enter the body, and this is why they introduce what? They introduce glucose to babies and all this thing to babies early in the game, right? To get access to what? To the body. Because we know sickness is business. Everything is business, right? The program is a business. That's all it is. And we were taught certain things to believe. And due to the fact that belief is just belief, no matter what you believe, hence you have the illusion of choice. Now, when you choose to know what we are, and you look at sugar for what it is, you know that shit don't belong inside your body, especially not in the amounts that they sell it to you. It don't. It don't. And I always say, look, if you know for a fact you've been putting in sugar, now, and the amount, now observe your body and really feel the energy of what we are. To deal with that type of toxicity for so long and still be here. Shit. You understand what I'm saying? Yo! That energy, there's no words for that. Words can't describe that. It's not something that you could be taught. Right? You can't get a degree in this. How could you be taught what you already know? Man will find a way. And this is why you force language on the being. Simple as that. You don't change your language, you cut your tongue out. That's all. And now, with the new language, what do you have to do? You have to learn. You have to study it to become proficient in it. Be a professional in the language. Because you have to learn the language before you could practice, right? So the language is happening where? In the mind. The mind is the teachings that they teach you with the language. And now that has to go where? To the physical. So it goes where? Now that you have completed your studies, right? All the book work, all the language in the mind, now you could practice. It's a carbon copy of what we are. Because there's only two things, there's the unseen and the seen. Without the space in this room, we wouldn't be able to be in here. Even without the space in your lungs, you wouldn't be here. Space from your mouth to your anus, you wouldn't be here. Nose, ears, eye. Without that space, we're not here. So choose to know what we are, man. Really look at this sugar for what it is and what it's doing to your body. It is a drug, right? You were designed to intake sweet, not sugar. The man come with sugar and has started a whole world, a whole universe with it. By just manipulating language, getting you to believe in stories that you think are true, that you believe are true. Because to get to the belief, you have to be thinking about it. Because the thinking is what generates what? The feeling. That's the program. Generating feelings. In nature, there's no feelings to be generated. It is just what we are. We just have to understand that. Become fully aware of it, and then choose to know what we are. It ain't hard. There's enough for everybody. And when we get to the point of knowing that no one is sick, we just being manipulated by the language. So now we have to look at the language for what it is. How did we get here? The language. The only thing higher than the head is the crown. So basically, reparations for everybody. Courtesy the crown. Whatever that is. Because at the end of the day, like seriously, go a little deeper. What is money? What has value? What minerals truly have value that you have in your possession? Has no value to the body in no way or form. It definitely doesn't have no value to the mind because the mind doesn't need that shit. If the mind is everything and nothing, why does the mind need to connect? What does it need to connect to? It is the connection. If there was something like a connection, it is what we are. That's what it is. I'm just saying. God had taught you to think. You're constantly thinking. You can't stop thinking. And therefore, we're in the position that we are. Where we think there is not enough for every being that there is. Like the mind is so incapable of providing for what it is. And without it, there is nothing. Come on, man. Make it make sense at least. The stories don't add up. They don't. They just generate feeling. And how they do that is through the numbers. That's all. 66 books, Torah, Quran, Bible. Every one of them is whole. It's about energy. Transformation. Every time there's a transformation period, you always see that tree coming into play. That's as simple as that. It's nothing to fear. It is what we are. You see, you got to go beyond what you are taught. You got to go beyond the numbers, which is the language. Right? Which the language is the program that have you become who you are today, who is self. Self is the program. Everybody has a self. So self runs everyone. You gotta go beyond that. Go into what they call nature.